automation to set up a newsletter or a recurring email that you want to send out once a week. So this is what I do for my newsletter. So in automations within ActiveCampaign, obviously you can create a new automation, but I'm going to show you one that I've already got. So obviously it's called newsletter. So as you go in, depending on where they come from, so you can fill out a form, they can subscribe to a list, you can give them a tag, etc., which I'll explain elsewhere. So when they come in, what you want to do, if you want to send a newsletter like I do every Monday morning at 10 a.m., you use wait steps. So I'll show you in a second where you add them in, but as you can see, they come into my funnel somehow, into the newsletter funnel. First step is wait until current day of the week in their time zone is Monday, and current time in their time zone is 10 a.m. So as they wait until that day, then they get this first email. What then happens is they wait one day, then it goes exactly the same wait step, wait until a certain day of the week's Monday at 10 a.m. If you don't have this wait one day step in, and this is set at 10 a.m. Monday, and this is set at 10 a.m. Monday, it will basically go 10 a.m. Monday, bang, send an email. Because it's already 10 a.m. Monday, it will skip this because it's already at that step, and it will send that one. Again, if you didn't have to wait a day, and again, Monday 10 a.m., it will just keep going down the list, down the list, down the list. So it's very important to have this wait step. As you'll see in a second, this goal, skip an email, because I've done exactly the same. Look, I didn't have a wait step, and it's gone from this one, bang, straight to this. So I've had to put a wait step in. And unfortunately, I've done it a bloody couple of times. So it's always important to have these wait steps. So today, at the time of me recording this is today's email that's gone out at 10 a.m. today. So now people are sitting here in this queue. So it's going to wait one day, and then after today, so it'll jump to tomorrow, and then the wait step from tomorrow onwards is wait until it's Monday 10 a.m. So obviously they're going to sit here until next week, just like this person here is now sitting on this step. So they've gone through this stage, so that's going to be next Monday at 10 a.m. These three people are going to get this email. There's probably a few other people waiting elsewhere. I think I saw some up here. There you go. So 2 people today have got this email. So they're waiting. As of tomorrow, they'll be sitting there until it's next Monday at 10 a.m. Then they're going to get that email. Hopefully that makes sense. So what you then do is, as you can see, they're in that wait step. They're going to wait until Monday 10 a.m. So then all you do is carry on that sequence. So you go plus, send an email. I'm just going to add this one, which is a previous email. So that's the email they're going to get next week. And then what you have to do is push add, conditions and workflow, wait for a specific time, wait for one day. So again, that just stops them getting that email straight after each other. So it's going to wait until Tuesday. Then you go back to wait again, specific period, wait until, so drop down box, and then it will say what conditions are met. So select a condition, date and time, current day of the week in context, time zone is Monday, add another condition. So it's that and, so it can be that or, so you want that and, drop down, date and time, current time in their time zone is 10 a.m. So it's Monday, 10 a.m, save. Yes, no time limit, just leave that. Save again. So now I've got my queue of people sitting there because it's still Monday today. As of tomorrow, they'll jump to this, which basically means it will wait until the following Monday then. They'll get this email. Then after they've got that email, same thing will happen. It'll wait one day, so they'll sit there until Tuesday. Then Tuesday they'll drop down, and it'll wait until the following Monday, and then you just carry on that sequence. So you can just, as you can see that I've done here, you just wait step for one day, select the day and time that you want to send it, add your email. Wait step for one day, date and time of the following week, which is obviously going to be the same if you can send it out the same every single week. Add your new email and just continue that flow. As you can see, I've got some people here that as I started this, they came into my newsletter, but as you can see, there's a few people dotted around that are getting their first ever email today, but they're like weeks behind everyone else. But it doesn't matter, because if you don't date your emails, it doesn't matter. Everything I send out is sort of useful and hints and tips, hopefully, for people's business, etc. So if you're sending emails out that are a newsletter or a sort of fact sheet type thing, try not to date them. Anything that's sort of happening in the world at this moment in time, you might think will be outdated in a couple of weeks' time. So try and keep it sort of fairly general. If it's geared towards a certain problem that your audience has, it shouldn't really matter. You don't really need to date it. If you're going to make reference to something funny that's happening in the world, then you can always sort of shuffle around the order so people are getting it at the same time. But I wouldn't think too much about that at the moment. But again, email automations are fantastic for newsletters. And if you're 1 or 2 steps ahead of yourself, you can sort of do these wait steps, do a few emails at a time just to start it off, and then get people to click the link in your bio, fill out a form to join your newsletter. So going back a step, the form that they would subscribe to in conversations. Oh, no, sorry. Lists even. Oh, bloody hell, where am I going? Good job I know what I'm doing, isn't it? Forms used to be on the side, so that's my excuse. Now clearly don't know where it is. Right, so it's in site. So it's the website looking one. Forms. And then here's all the forms that I've created over the time. So my newsletter one just looks like that. So hints, tips, and advice into your inbox, name, email, what's your biggest struggle right now? Just capture some data from them. And to create a form, 2 videos in one. How's this look? So you go site, forms, create a form, call it whatever you want, test 2. It's an inline form, yeah. Subscribe to a list. What list do you want them to go to? Student list, for example. Create. And it's so simple to create a form. So subscribe for email updates. It's already set that as sort of a guide for you, so you could keep it there. Tells you to add a message here, so you can change that by going over here. Just double click on it, and then you change the text over here. What do you want them to then put? The full name, the email address, and so on. You can drag things over. So from your standard form list, field list, you can drag over phone number, and it'll just come up a green line where it's going to drop it. So you get a phone number, for example, and so on. Then you can change the color of it. So style here. You can change the font color, the background color, the font type, the size of it. You can add an image. So again, if you went back to fields, standard, you can add an image. So you can put your logo at the top, for example. Obviously, if your logo's small, it won't be as big as that, obviously. But yeah, you can put all those bits and pieces in there. You can change the background, you can change the color of the button, and so on. Once you've had a play around with it, there's one thing that is always missed. If you go to options, then settings, opt-in options, opt-in confirmation, turn that bugger off. Because what that does is when someone subscribes to your list, so let's say I've put this link in my bio saying sign up to my newsletter. Someone's gone and signed up to my newsletter. They then get an email saying, are you sure you want to sign up to this list? That email tends to go in people's junk, spam, they don't flipping read it. But what they've got to do is read the email which says, do you agree to subscribe? Then they need to hit yes within that email. So make sure you turn this little bugger of a button off. Like I said, it's a bit hard to find. So when you're in here, you can have this as your main option. Not in style, in options, opt-in options. So it's just that little settings wheel cog. And like I said, turn that off, because this is the email that they would get. They would get that. Everyone flipping misses it, or they don't push this massive green button. So like I said, turn that off. You can edit that, but yeah, I would just turn it off. They've already filled out a form and hit submit here, so I don't see why you need a double in opt-in anyway. As you hit integrate, it will then give you an embedded code. So if you've got a website developer or you do your own website, you can embed this onto your website. So it's quite good for like grab my free whatever link. You can copy that link and then you can put that in your Instagram bio, on your Facebook and whatnot. Again, there's one for a WordPress. You can get a download plugin if someone does your website, and you can get a Facebook form which will go on like your Facebook page as well, and it look like that. But again, you can just put the link straight onto wherever you want it. I save that in my notes. So if someone says, especially with my course guide, oh, can I send me a course guide? I send them the link because then I get their email data. So it's a bit back to front. I've done that the wrong way around, but basically create that form of sign up to your newsletter or whatever you want them to sign up to. Then create that email automation. Don't forget those wait steps. But like I said, that's just a very quick run through. If you get stuck, give me a shout, but hopefully you found that useful.